So here are some funny things I noticed about Franky in relation to the number 7. He is from Water 7, and he is the 7th person to join. He joins officially in chapter 439, entitled The Third and Seventh. So this is obviously talking about him and Usopp. What's funny about this further is that the chapter number 439, when you add all the numbers up together, it equals out to 16. 6 plus 1 is 7. But if you look at the title card, 3rd and 7th, this is funny because in the post time skip, after Franky remodels himself into his armored me version, that version of himself is called Battle Franky 37, 3 and 7 put together. So that in itself is very interesting. He's the 7th Straw Hat from Water 7. And then the chapter numbers you could add up to equal 7. And then as an homage possibly to Usopp, he remodels himself and becomes the 37th Battle Franky. So all that's interesting. What's even more interesting is that we found out recently, for sure confirmed, that Queen, otherwise known as Cyan of the former Beast Pirates and Spoilers for Wano, they are defunct. But what's so funny about Queen is that when you look at his overalls, right, the buckles of his overalls look like 8s. So he's literally one greater than his son, Cutty Flam, otherwise known as Franky. Also, it's weird that they go by 2 different names. Cutty Flam, Franky, Queen, Cyan. That's funny. Anyway, he literally is an 8 himself, however, because when he is in his normal state, he, being a rotund man, has a very round head and a round body. So he's literally 2 circles stacked on top of one another. Following that, when you look at his goggle straps are literally 2 intersecting circles. So his goggle straps make an 8. Then, when you look at his ponytail is just a sequence of orbs. So a sequence of 8s going down from his head. But then, looking at his mechanical arm, and this is pretty hard to see, but he has these 2 weird circles in his forearm stacked on top of one another, which look like an 8. So I find that very funny. But if you could, eat that subscribe button if you are liking the video. Eat that like button if you are liking the video. And if you can find it, please click that bell so you never miss a Polly P Works video. On top of that, if you can, please eat that hype button. It's very much appreciated. But to continue, what's also funny about this and how we swing this back to Franky again is that depending on how you number the Straw Hats, Franky is the 8th. Because if you consider the Straw Hats as a whole and not simply people under Luffy, Franky has been notated as the 8th person because there is a color spread of him wearing a Hawaiian shirt covered in 8s. So I just find that very interesting how you could possibly take that and round that back to his father being covered in 8s himself and literally being an 8 in terms of shape. But with that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede Works.